Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the history of Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings operates in the United States, India, Mexico, Panama, the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Buffalo Wild Wings is also called BW3 or B-Dubs, as well as Buffalo Wild Wings. They specialize in American casual dining, and they also have a sports bar attached to the restaurants. Buffalo Wild Wings was founded in Kent, Ohio in 1982 by founders Jim Disbrow, Scott Laurie Bernard, Spencer Elizabeth Brock, Mackenzie Barnett, and additional partner Mark Lutz, who was added on as a partner later on. The previous restaurant that would become Buffalo Wild Wings was actually founded within an ice skating rink that sold famous chicken wings. They actually relocated the restaurant when they were unable to locate the restaurant within the town. They located it next to Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. And it was actually called the Weck, which at the time they sold a sandwich that was similar there called the Beef Weck, which was a sandwich famous for there. This was the original name for Buffalo Wild Wings. It was called the Weck. After the success of the restaurant, they added 6 more locations in Ohio, Indiana, and Steamboat Springs, Colorado. And they added on another partner, Mark Lutz. Like I said before, he was added on a couple years after the restaurant started to make profit. By 1992, they started to become franchised, and they started to franchise their locations by the FranCorp, a law firm company out of Chicago. Franchise fees was actually made by what the locations would make. $1,500 to $2,500 of each sale that they would make would be the franchise fee. The company's bottled sauces were actually manufactured out of Wisely Inc., which was based out of Atlanta, Georgia. The company's corporate operations were set up by 1993, and it added 8 more locations by 1993 as well. In 1994, Dashbro's daughter-in-law, Sally Smith, would join the team as a part-time chef financial officer. And at this time, the headquarters was moved to Minneapolis, St. Paul area of Minnesota. This would further grow the chain to other areas of the country. She began working with the company to prevent it from bankruptcy, but she was unable to do so. By 1995, they had $1.2 million in annual sales, but lost $1.6 million in revenue. By 1996, BW3, which was called at the time, started to make a new prototype of their restaurants, which was a 1,500 square foot restaurant. And at the time they had 48 locations, 12 being corporate owned. Dashbro was added as chairman of the board by 1996, and by 1996 they had 35 more locations added. They dropped the name BW3 and started to call themselves Buffalo Wild Wings at that time. By 1999, the 100th location opened in Apple Valley, Minnesota, which was a short drive from the headquarters. They started to better produce their packaging on their sauces as well. By the end of 1999, they had 140 locations in 19 states. They started an agreement with Frito-Lay to bring their chips to grocery stores. By 2001, they began to push for takeout offerings to take out their food to go. In 2010, Buffalo Wild Wings expanded international when they opened up several locations in Canada. In 2013, they opened up in United Arab Emirates when they opened up location in Dubai. By April 2023, they had 12 locations in Canada, but by June of this year, they closed all their locations in Canada. During the next several years, they would expand throughout international markets. In March of 2022, Buffalo Wild Wings got their own Mountain Dew flavor called Mountain Dew Legend. This is blackberry citrus Mountain Dew. This is exclusive to Buffalo Wild Wings, which made Mountain Dew lovers such as myself go to Buffalo Wild Wings for this flavor. But ultimately, it's not really that good, to be honest. Today, Buffalo Wild Wings has 1,278 locations worldwide. Thanks for watching this video in the history of Buffalo Wild Wings.